Morning everybody, it is nearly 6:30. It is Thursday the 13th of October. Welcome to my vlog. What's happening today? Work, but tomorrow is the last day and then I've got 2 weeks off, hooray. So yeah, work today. It'll be a late one. Well, not late, no, that's not true. But I've got training after school, so yeah, so work. My local knit group meet on a Thursday. This evening we're meeting on Zoom. It'll just be a short 45 minutes. Last night I had a really lovely knit group online with Roro and Cade's her knit group, and there were only about 4 or 5 of us on and off. That was really nice. Some of them were working on the Stephen West MCAL, some of them not. I did some more work on the blanket knit along that I'm doing while I was on the group talk chat, and then after that I did a bit more work on the baby Aran cardigan. I need to show you, I'll probably show you this evening when I get home from work actually. I've made a mistake on my woodland mittens, and I did carry on thinking, it won't bother me, but it bothers me. It's a big mistake. So I'll show you that later, because I think I'm going to have to frog that back, I don't know, maybe 10 rows. Yeah, redo that section. Bacon is cooking, you might be able to hear it. So I've got bacon cooking this morning. That will be in a bagel thin with maybe a little bit of cheese and spinach. So that's breakfast. I don't know what's for lunch. I haven't got anything organised. I'll have to buy something at school. I'll take fruit and yoghurt and things, and then just buy something, baguette, sandwich, something like that. I'll have a look and see what the specials are at school. Yeah, so that's the plan for today. Oh my goodness, nearly there, nearly the end of half term. See you later guys, have a great day.
Hi, so I'm back again. It is about 5 to 7 on Thursday evening. It is still only Thursday. Been back from school, had some dinner, very nice dinner tonight. The husband cooked. We had nachos and chilli and guacamole and sour cream, and it was all really lovely. So yes, actually I'm going to try and talk up a little bit, because I noticed yesterday that when I recorded in here in the evening, my voice sounded quite a lot quieter, so I'm going to try and speak up a little bit. So I was going to show you a couple of things. It's just going to be quick this evening. I was going to show you my mittens, because I'm a bit gutted. So the autumn October mittens that I wanted to have finished by the time I go to Prague next week. I said in the podcast that I wanted to have them finished by the time I went to Prague, in case I needed them. But I also said I didn't think I was going to need them because the temperature looked quite warm. My husband, bless him, has been giving me daily updates on the weather forecast for next week. And he's actually said, oh, you might need them by Friday. Well, that could be a bit of a problem actually, because on yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I was knitting away on the mittens, and I'm going to show you going up here. Everything's good, everything's good, everything's good, everything's good, everything's good. Oh no, look at this. Look how many rows. And I can't live with it. I thought I'd be able to live with it. I think I discovered it, realised when I was about there. I thought I would be able to live with it, but I can't. So I'm going to have to go back and unpick all of that. It's not a huge one, because actually it isn't. It's knitting up relatively quickly if I put my mind to it. So I'm going to work on that this evening instead of the blanket make along. So I'm going to take the blanket make along to Prague with me next week, I think, anyway. So yeah, so I was a bit gutted. So I'm going to work on those this evening then to try and... Oh, I've not brought the blanket down. I was going to show you. Yeah, so I'm going to try and work on those mittens tonight, rip them back, which means I won't go on any Zoom group or anything tonight, because I have to focus and follow every line very carefully. Same with this pattern as well. So this is the Aran cardigan. This is the back of it that I'm working on for my friend. And I have realised that I have made a mistake with these twisted stitches. One side should be going the other way, and I forgot to do that, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. But apart from that, I feel like I'm making good progress on that. Actually, I'll put a progress keeper in it so I can show you how far I've got on that. Now, I thought I had brought down the Cable Magoria blanket with me, but I haven't. What I did bring down though is the Cable Crush hoodie. So I was working on this at the beginning of the week. And I don't know how well you can see I'm into my cables at the moment, colour working cables. You can't really see the cables terribly well in this, but this is a hooded sweatshirt that you knit from the bottom up, and it's kind of got batwing style. I'm using this yarn partly because it's part of my huge stash, and I wasn't really sure what else to knit with it, and it's been in the stash for a long time, so I'm not too fussed that you can't see the cables terribly well on the screen, because I can actually see the cables quite well in real life. Just checking if I've made a mistake there. Don't think so. Hope not. No, I don't think so. Yeah, so you can see the cables better in real life than you can on the screen. But yeah, I was going to show you. So yesterday, the Cable Magoria blanket, I said that I'd need to knit 20 centimetres a day on it to get it to keep up. And I thought I'd maybe knitted 20 centimetres the night before, and I measured it and it was about 16 centimetres. So last night I worked on it and did get to the 40 centimetres. So tonight I'm going to rip back the cable mittens, the October mittens. I'm going to edit the podcast. While I'm editing the podcast, or the Vlogtober, sorry. While I'm editing the vlog, I will be able to work on the Cable Magoria then, and then I might come back to the Cable Magoria later in the evening to try and get my 20 centimetres done for today. When I was watching the vlog last night, as I was editing it, I noticed how tired I really was yesterday. I was so tired last night. I'm definitely more awake today. I said this morning that I had training to do this evening after school, at school. I did that. That seemed to go fine. So I feel like I can relax a little bit. Tomorrow's the last day of half term. So yeah, just got to get pushed through that. I've got an awful lot of marking to do over half term. A lot of my classes have had assessments and exams this week, so I'm going to have a lot of marking to do over the holiday, but I've got 2 weeks, so that's not too bad. Yesterday morning I covered a lesson for a group that I don't normally teach, and when I went in, I actually heard a couple of them in the background say, "She's got a YouTube channel." Has she? Yeah, she's got a YouTube channel. And I was like, oh no, are they going to say something horrible? But that was it. There was no other comments, so all good. Yeah, so that's it really for this evening. Not much to share with you today. Thank you though for all the comments about your oldest whips. I don't think anybody's beaten me yet. Although apparently cross-stitch kits. Yeah, let's not talk about the cross-stitch kit that I'm thinking of. That is unfinished and has been in the cupboard for probably longer than that blanket. Definitely longer than that blanket. Maybe 20 years. So yeah, let's not, well, of course you can talk about cross-stitch kits as well if you want, but I'm not going to start showing the whips I've got with those. I can't remember the last time I did cross-stitch. No, I tell a lie actually. It's not been that long since I did one. A couple of years maybe. Anyway, so yeah, please do. If you don't know what I'm talking about, yesterday's vlog, so the 12th of October, I showed my oldest whip and confessed to how old it was, and I was asking people to comment on the vlog with the oldest whips they've got. Some people have said that they're not sure how old they are, but yeah, please do share with us what your oldest whip is, and I think we will do an old whip make along of some sort next year. That would be good fun to do, wouldn't it? And somebody as well, is it Mandy? One of the Mandys. There's quite a few Mandys that comment. But somebody was saying that they had a year where they focused on getting a lot of stuff finished. I did do that for about 6 months in 2020. So that blanket, which is over 10 years old, I'd got a few other whips that were from about the same sort of time. I said on Wednesday, didn't I, that excuse me, I went through a time where I wasn't knitting so very much, so there was a lot of stuff left from that. So in 2020, during the first part of the pandemic, it feels so weird to talk about that now, from like it's 2 years ago. But I spent 3 or 4 months and got through, pulled out of cupboards, behind the sofa, wherever else they were hiding, these various project bags, and finished off quite a lot of stuff then actually. Otherwise, oh my goodness me, I had a toy that was stuffed and all stitched together, all the pieces were stitched, sewn up and stuffed. All I had to do was sew the actual toy together, and I needed some buttons for the eyes. Talking of toys, I really must get on with Louis the Owl as well. That's my plan, is to get that back out when we get back from Prague the week after next, to get Louis the Owl back out. Anyway, that's enough of my wittering. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to keep an eye out for the pumpkin, and I'm glad that you're enjoying that. A few people again have commented on that they're finding that fun, looking for the pumpkin each time, so that's brilliant. And we're nearly halfway through. We're nearly this week's been harder vlogging because obviously it's been a harder week at school. I have got some other ideas of things that I want to talk about that are quite autumnal or Halloweeny and things, so I'll do some of those, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for sharing your time with me. See you tomorrow. Bye.